the CDC. Yes, our CDC. They just went through mass layoffs, not budget trims, layoffs.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Finance with Flow, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how companies are laying off hundreds of thousands of workers every day. No one is safe, so I stitched together a few videos of people talking about the current layoff crisis in 2025. Stay tuned to the end of the video to hear my thoughts and opinions. But before that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload.
They literally just fired the people who stopped pandemics before they even happen. The CDC. Yes, our CDC. They just went through mass layoffs, not budget trims, layoffs. Hundreds gone, including the disease detectives who track outbreaks, the data teams, and the scientists who publish the morbidity and mortality report, the one that has tracked U.S. health for 100 years. This all happened late Friday night during the government shutdown. People got their notices by email after hours, while the country's heading straight into flu, RSV, and COVID season. One official said it outright. They didn't like that the CDC data didn't match their narrative, so instead of fixing the policy, they just erased the scientists. Hospitals are bracing for winter. Fewer experts means fewer warnings, slower responses, more lives at risk. This seriously isn't even about politics anymore. It's really not. It's about public safety. And when the next outbreak hits, it's not going to care who you voted for.
I'm getting fired, and this is how I know. I just found out today 3 people who have the same position I have, who have worked the position significantly less time than I have, got raises today. And I do know that at least 2 of them were making the same that I was making. I did not get a raise today. And another woman that I work with did not get a raise today. And she has also been there for longer than the other people. I think it's gonna be super helpful to lay out some context of my company. I work for a company that contracts me to a Fortune 10 tech company, okay? So I'm technically a full-time employee with the company who contracts me, but I'm contracted to this other company. I also work in tech. So there is a lot of turnover, but there's also a lot of people there. In the last 2 months, my company's laid off like 250 people. That's fine. They took our 400 person team down to like 150. Actually, it's like 119. But I knew that the 19 were there for buffer. Now, my role used to mean something. About 8 months ago is when my role lost all meaning. So we used to have tiered things. You would start as a technical writer, move up to an editor, then you were a senior editor, and then you could be a lead. Okay? And that's how it worked. And that was when we had a 400 person team. Our teams had merged, so we went from 200 on one side, 200 on the other, merge. Now we only have 119 people left, and that 119 is like a 19 person buffer because they want to get us down to 100. They've stopped making our roles mean anything. Pretty much everyone does the same job now. I work on AI bots, and like we're kind of just training the model. So nobody's really special anymore, even the leads. Like they have been put back on production because we almost lost our contract with this company. I was offered the lead position in June and I did not take it because I spoke to some other leads and they're like, it's not what it used to be. You don't even get a pay raise. Like there's really no point. And that would have been my 3rd promotion at the company and I hadn't gotten a pay raise. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna work more anymore for no money. So I like graciously turned it down. I was super nice about it. Was put in a meeting with like an HR person and they were grilling me on it, but whatever, it was fun. All the while, they're stripping everyone's role from them and just like putting us on one playing field, okay? So at the time, I thought I was being punished for not accepting this promotion, and then it turns out this kind of happened to everyone. Now I do think, again, I'm being punished for not taking this promotion. I do think I'm one of the 19 people that they are going to let go from the last 100. I have been there the longest now of anyone else because people have either been laid off or they have quit. So I am one of like the only original people left. And I think they're trying to phase people out at like the 2-ish year mark. I've seen them do it to my other colleagues. And I think because I'm not getting the pay increase at all, that means that imminently I am going to be fired from my job. Is that sad? A little bit. Like it takes some security away from me, but most people on here know that I actually fucking hate my job, so I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it's the kick in the ass that I need. I also have another job that can fully support me. Like I will be struggling a little bit because that will take a like half hit to my income. Like I'm losing half of my income, but I still am able to survive off that. I will get other jobs if I need to, like if I need to go back to bartending, if I need to like be a barista on the weekends or anything, like I will be able to survive. And everyone knows this job market is terrible, but that's okay. Like I said, maybe this is the kick in the ass that I'm going to need to start freelancing. Just know that when the day comes that they do fire me, the name is getting leaked. This company has dragged the company we are contracted to's name through the mud so many times. There is a lot of proof of the company that contracts me just abusing their workers, being terrible, like firing people with no notice, firing people for no reason, and it's just not good vibes. So I'm not sad about leaving, I'm just kind of facing the reality right now.
About an hour or so ago, I was let go from my job that I work from home because AI is replacing me. I mean, I do a customer service job on the phone, so I have kind of been looking into that. I didn't expect it to be this soon, but you know, it is what it is. Technology is what it is, but technology isn't that good yet, because literally right before they pulled me in the meeting to let me go, I literally was about to report to them that a customer was canceling their membership and never wanted to do business with us again because our AI, which he didn't know it was AI, reached out to them to schedule an appointment. The customer said, is October 24th available? It never directly answered that simple question. And, you know, it reached out to him and then it was saying, I need to verify your information, like his name and address and stuff to schedule the appointment. And nothing ever got booked. So he messaged back again, like today, and asked, you know, can I confirm that there's an appointment scheduled on October 24th? And I saw this message, so I personally called him, and there is no appointment scheduled. He already took the day off of work, and we don't have anything available until like November. When he asked for October 24th, it was not available, but it's like AI was too stupid to understand that. So whatever, it's fine. I'll be fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I immediately am doing my side hustle Shipped because I know I can make money, and that's what I tell everybody. I'm just like, if I lost my job today, I would immediately apply for every app that you can apply for on your phone to make money. So I already did that as a side hustle, so I'm out here already making money like immediately after I got let go from my job.
Last Friday, I came on here crying too about my dogs, so that's kind of funny. It's not about my dogs this time. So I just got fired today. I have been with, oh my god, been at that place for 13 years, and I ran the social media, so I don't know what they're gonna do now. I was the longest on that team. I was one of the top employees there. It's kind of a bigger company. I don't want to say the name because then that's going to give away where I live. One of my bosses just pulled me into a meeting, and then he's like, you're being let go today. They didn't give me any reason. All they said was they're doing restructuring. And then I was like, well, what's the fucking reason? And they just kept saying they're doing restructuring, and that was it. I couldn't get an answer from anyone. My boss just sat there like an asshole. He didn't even try to fight for me to stay there, so I guess I really didn't matter. So I've been doing social media for the last 5-6 years, so that's what I'm good in, but otherwise I guess I have more free time to make Quinn videos. So yeah, it just helps me to talk about it. I talked about it with everyone that I work with, obviously, and my friends, so everyone knows, but like, it just helps me to talk. I'm getting together with my old coworkers later tonight, so at least I won't have to be by myself. But if anyone knows of any social media jobs, I guess, let me know.
Hi, how's it going? I got laid off. From a job that I've been working for 3 years. Corporate job. As a site operations manager for a behavioral health company. I did a lot. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into that job, and that job was my life. I put that job before anyone else. I put that job before relationships, before my family. I gave it my all, and they threw me out like I was trash, garbaggio. And this has been truly a humbling experience. I have never not worked. I've never been unemployed before. I mean, the longest I've gone not working is probably 2 weeks, and that's because it was a vacation. It was a paid vacation, PTO. And I feel so stuck. Like, it's always been so easy for me to find a job. I can go from one job to another, and now I've never been fired before or let go. I've never been put on a PIP, a performance improvement plan, if you guys don't know what that is, or anything. I've never been in trouble. So this is like truly a humbling experience. I have applied to about 200 plus jobs. I've gotten multiple denial letters. I just feel really stuck, and I know a lot of people are going through it right now. I know a lot of people have been laid off, and I don't know why I'm making this video. I guess to just see if people have overcome this, if who's going through the same thing as me. I don't know. I feel very stuck, and honestly, I've had a lot of traumatic experiences happen to me in my life, and I think this has been the most eye-opening experience that I've ever had, especially because, like I said, I've never not worked. I've never been unemployed. This is my first time having an unemployment check. I worked through COVID. I was in healthcare working through COVID. I was on my feet 12 plus hours a day. I never took a break. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm making this video is, if you do have a job, obviously you want to keep it. You don't want to be like me, all right? But don't make it your life. Especially in corporate America, they will chew you up and spit you out. You are nothing to them. And I'm not saying this because I'm bitter. I'm just saying it because I've been through it. And it's sad. And honestly, times are hard. Everyone is going through shit. I feel like there's something in the air. I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but yeah, I'm not gonna get through that with politics or anything like that. It's just rough. It's so rough. Look at my nails. I learned how to do Gel X by myself because I'm broke and I'm unemployed, and they popped off. I'm not popping off. My nails are. Truly humbling. But yeah, just reach out in the comments. I want to know I want to know some tips on how to find a job. Any job at this point. I have applied for Trader Joe's. I have applied to Target. I have applied to other corporate jobs. I don't know what to do. I would love to get rich. I would love to just get an easy fix. You know, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but damn, being broke is depressing. So yeah, reach out in the comments. Let me know. What's the tea? Bye, guys.
Pretty sure I'm about to get laid off from my 9-to-5 right now, so come with me to my meeting.
Difficult news to share, and that's why I've asked HR to join me. As you have seen, our business environment and organizational structure have shifted in many ways since we began our company transformation. And as we move forward with fewer brands and consolidated functions, we need to make some additional changes. And as part of this restructuring, your positions have been eliminated. The decision is not a reflection on anyone's performance, but it's based on what the broader business needs. I know it's super hard news. I'm going to turn it over.
My apologies for the nature of the call today, and I apologize for the difficult decision that has been made that is impacting you. And I truly wish you nothing but the best as you move forward.
Called it.
But I still view some things through this lens of like professional struggle, unemployment, and people cutting me down. And so a lot of times I'll be listening to things and it's really hard to turn that mindset off. And I was listening to the Good Hang podcast where Amy Poehler interviews Judge Judy. And she was talking about her work and all of the different crimes she saw. And she made this comment where she was like, the crime is usually the same, but the effect that it has on the victim is different. And I was thinking about myself and the 3 layoffs I faced. And each layoff, it's the same. I was getting, cut from a job, right? They don't owe me anything. But each of the layoffs, I was at a different stage of my life with a different headspace, a different group of people, a different support system, a different just a different outlook on things given what I had went through. So the first layoff, I was super naive in thinking like, you know, what would happen out of it. It was the first time that I had ever lost a job in my life. Like I've been working 2 jobs since I was 14 years old. So I found myself with nothing to do. And I was very naive because I thought I can pivot. Like I pivoted from ballet to commercial real estate development. Like how hard is this going to be for me? Like it just, I approached it with such a naive, like bright mindset. I don't know. And then the second one was like a shock because our team was the top team and our team was like the only market that was profitable. And I think all of us were shocked. I don't want to speak for everybody else, not that they talk to me anymore, but like we all were just like, what? And half our team got let go. And like, then I looked back and realized that like for about a year, the company was like quietly, slowly laying people off. Like all of a sudden this person would disappear from Slack or this person would disappear from Slack. But it was a shock. And then I got hired again pretty quickly, even though I knew the job market was bad, but it was one of those things where they like picked people up who got left from that last company anyway. And then that one was pretty traumatic. The third one was trauma. The third one was, it was a very toxic environment and they were throwing you back and forth. And I was just there over 90 days. And like when they cut every person that lost their job, they made it seem like it was a them problem. But I'm sorry, when you're at a company for 90 days, it's not a you problem. And so, yeah, the crime was the same in all 3 situations, but the effect it had on the victim was different.
So unfortunately, I was laid off yesterday. It was my first day back after mat leave. I was excited to go back to work, and I got a notification on my Outlook email letting me know that they wanted to do a touch base. My manager wanted to do a touch base with me before I clocked in. So I was like, okay, no problem. Like, I just thought that they were going to talk about what changes were made while I was on mat leave and what we were looking forward to. And I was shocked and surprised when I went into the meeting and I saw that HR was there, and that they basically just told me that I was getting laid off. There was a restructuring of the organization, which I'll go into more details later. I can't really talk about it right now, but a lot of the information that was given to me was false. So that is the situation that is happening right now. Unfortunately, it was the day that I got back from mat leave, so now I am unemployed. I am laid off. I have 2 kids, and I am trying to find a new job at this point, but I'm trying to remain positive for my kids and for myself and my mental health. But yeah, it's just a really unfortunate situation right now, and it just sucks.
Hoping this meets the right audience, but I work in corporate America. I was laid off from my job in July. I've probably applied to 500 jobs looking for some type of senior or leadership role, customer success, account management, operations, and it's been the hardest experience I've ever had to deal with. Either companies don't answer, or your resumes run through an AI bot, and you're immediately thrown out if you don't have one of the, big keywords or qualifications. I'm finding it really challenging. I'm frustrated. I'm defeated. I'm discouraged. I know it's happening nationwide, but I'm sure there's many of you out there that feel my pain. Unemployment's also completely miserable to deal with. So I'm stressed. It's upsetting. Like I said, it's so discouraging. You work so hard to get where you are, and I'm struggling. So if any of you are out there have any tips, send them my way, please.
Well, friends, I'm here to share that I found out today that I am no longer employed by the Starbucks Coffee Company. I don't know how many of you on here ever knew that that was my employer, but I was impacted by this round of layoffs, and I've decided, because why not, I'm gonna document the journey. So if you haven't met me, I'm Sadie, millennial mom to teenagers and a now 5-year-old who had a full-time corporate career and is still a college student and leaning into whatever the heck comes next. So if you'd like to follow along, that's the journey now. And to anyone else who was impacted by this, reach out. This is a special kind of hurt, I think, for all of us. And I'm here for you, always. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I just need to rant for a second because as a society, we literally need to wake up that corporate America is literally a scam, okay? So as some of you know, I'm unemployed and I've been obviously searching for jobs like crazy. And I've gotten a call from a recruiter before about the same position, and it's basically like a job agency. And this job, so at this company, I've interviewed for this job before, like for a full-time position, annual salary, whatever. I know the salary that they were offering. This agency calls me about the same position, and they were offering $15 to $20 an hour. And I was like, no, that's like not doable. And the thing is, they're wanting 2 to 4 years of experience. Like, I think they are literally preying on the fact that people are so desperate for jobs right now that they are lowballing the crap out of people. I just wanted to be like, dude, where did you get that number from? Because I could literally, like, I've talked to a couple girls in Columbus. I could literally be a bottle girl at Mandrake for that salary and get tips on top of that. Like, that is literally insane. You're asking people to have 2 to 4 years of experience to pay them $15 to $20 an hour. Like, that's literally a slap in the face. Like, for that, why did I even go to school then? Honestly, what is the point? And I was like, yeah, that's like not doable for me whatsoever. And I was like, for, you know, the annual salary that I'd be looking for, the hourly equivalent would be like bare minimum I would be able to take is like $35 an hour. And they're like, yeah, that's literally double. And I'm like, yeah, I'm aware. Someone already contacted me about this role. I'm like, dude, I've interviewed internally for this job before. I know what they pay. And what work, like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I was just like, they are, like, we need to wake up as a society because corporate America is just like, we were sold this idea that it's like literally the dream, and it is actually becoming like my worst nightmare. Like, if I found a company that genuinely valued me, valued my work, wanted to pay me a livable salary, and I actually enjoyed the work, like, there's a couple companies that I would love to work for, and one of the companies, like, the contractor, the agency that reached out to me is like one of my dream companies. But I'm like, literally, if I was employed by them and not through this like agency, like, I would the fact they were like, yeah, that the salary is like $15 to $20, I was like, I'm not even kidding you, I could work at Target and make more money, and you're asking for a college degree and 2 to 4 years of experience. That's literally a slap in the face. A slap in the face. And so that's my rant for today. Literally, I think they're just praying. People are so freaking money greedy. Like, so greedy. I'm like, when did this happen? And I was even watching, like, a TikTok about the CEO of Boeing, and he made, like, $32 million. Like, that was his salary, and his like wage increase from the year prior was like 25-30%. Meanwhile, the other employees, like the minions of the company, probably did, like, they didn't even see a wage increase, I'm sure, but like somehow I just can't. I just can't anymore. I can't. So that's my rant for today. And it's just so frustrating. Like, I literally would, like, I make more money on unemployment right now than, like, busting my butt for a company that's going to pay me $15 to $20 an hour. Like, be so for real.
It feels like every single day now, there's breaking news about another massive round of layoffs. Big companies, small companies, and even startups that were once booming. Everyone's cutting workers. Hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs across the world. and it's becoming a global crisis that nobody really wants to talk about. What's scary is how normal it's starting to feel. We scroll through social media and see post after post from people saying, I just got laid off. And instead of shock that you'd think would be the first normal reaction, we just sigh because it's happening every day. Companies are calling it restructuring or realigning resources, but let's be honest, it's mass firing. People who gave years, even decades of their lives are being replaced by software, automation, or cheaper labor overseas. And what's worse, a lot of these companies are still making profits. They're not struggling financially. They're just cutting people to make their numbers look better for shareholders. It's cruel, and it shows how disposable workers have become in this new world. This is the reality of 2025. You can be good at your job, meet every target, and still get that email one morning saying your position has been eliminated. No warning, no gratitude, just the system shut down, and a polite message from HR. That's the cold side of today's job market. Loyalty means nothing when the economy is just built on constant optimization. Let's talk about how this affects your mental health. People are burning out trying to keep their jobs, doing the work of 3 people just because the company already fired half of the team. Everyone's living in constant fear of being next. It's emotionally draining. You go to work every day pretending to be fine, knowing you could lose everything in an instant. The pressure is unbearable, and yet people are told to just be grateful. You still have a job. The crazy part is, a lot of these layoffs are happening right before holidays or rent deadlines. Imagine putting in all your energy and loyalty only to be cut off when you need the paycheck the most. It's heartless. And what's happening now is showing people that companies don't care about them. They care about saving money. But here's the truth. This isn't the end of the story. It's the start of a shift. The traditional idea of a safe job is gone, and it's not coming back. The people who will survive this wave are the ones who adapt. Those who learn online skills, start businesses, create digital income streams, and take control of their financial future. We're in an era where you can't depend on a single paycheck anymore. The internet has opened doors that didn't exist before. You can start freelancing, create content, do remote work, sell services, or build digital products. You don't need permission from a company to make a living. You just need to decide to start. That's how you can take back your power. For those who've been laid off, remember you're not a failure. You didn't lose your worth because you lost a job. Companies are laying off hundreds of thousands of people, not just because they weren't good enough, but because the system is changing. And when the system changes, it's the ones who adapt that come out on top. This is a wake-up call for everybody that's watching. Don't wait until you're next. Build something for yourself now, while you still can. Learn a skill, start a side business, or invest in something that gives you freedom. Because this wave of layoffs isn't slowing down. It's just the beginning. We're entering a time where your survival won't depend on a job title, but on how creative and flexible you can be. The people who win in the next few years are those who stop depending on job security and start building life security. So if you're feeling uncertain right now, you're not alone. We're all seeing it happen. But remember this, every major change in history comes with pain before progress. Maybe these layoffs are forcing people to wake up, to stop giving their lives to companies that replace them overnight. Maybe this is the beginning of people choosing freedom over fear. Stay prepared, stay learning, and most importantly, stay hopeful. Because even in the middle of all this chaos, there's still a chance to rebuild your own life. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload.